Hey guys, what's up? It's James. I'm at the Alhambra in Granada, Spain, and this place is absolutely huge. I got a map here. It's a huge map. Just starting my tour, trying to see the Alhambra, enjoying the view, so to speak. And I'm gonna make a video for you guys today, and show you the Alhambra as well. And I hope you enjoy. Let's get going. Alright guys, well this is the Alhambra in Granada. It's really beautiful here, lots of really great things to see. The towers are very nice. You can go up and see the entire view of Granada. I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, let's crack into it, I guess. Well, I'm a little bit nervous to kind of share this topic today because, I mean, for one, it feels like I kind of talk about it a lot, but also because, well, it's something that I kind of have trouble relating to, and it's the kind of the two different sides of motivation in a way. And so, what I mean by this is that when I say I have trouble relating to people, I kind of have trouble relating to people in a psychological sense that, or mental sense that, well, I can relate to people on one level bit as far as like I judging them because they don't meditate or maybe they're drinking or something. See, for me, it's kind of like the lowest level is like being so addicted to emotions and good emotions that a person has to sell themselves out and lose their dignity. They have to use alcohol, drugs, bad relationships, you know, that kind of thing. And then like, I guess like the next level is someone who drinks some and, you know, just sometimes, but you know, it's not a problem. And but it's just kind of like a normal person, you know, living a life that is content and good for them. And then like, I don't know, moving up, it's like maybe like someone who like meditates, someone kind of like me, and then like someone who's like really on their purpose, like so much that maybe they don't even need to meditate, but they're just like so focused on their life. And that's kind of like what I aspire to be, you know, even if I end up meditating or not. But I mean, like the general idea is that like I shouldn't have a filter about anyone, you know. I should be able to see everyone as the same, and especially coming from kind of a higher paradigm, you know. But it's kind of what I wanted to mention today is that there are two different ways of kind of living, and one is kind of like being addicted to emotions so much that you look outside yourself. You know, I just talked about this in my last video that you're looking for values and validation. The whole word that starts with valid, you know, or value, validation, value, giving value, having values. You know, these things are things that you look for outside of yourself. And I think that the world provides enough of this, and that there's enough opportunities for this in the world. And but I think that as long as we're looking outside of ourselves, that we won't be able to truly be happy, you know. And so for me, I think that it's better to be internally validated. Come on through. And that comes from a sense of actually having the courage, or having the audacity, having the liveliness, having the bravery to challenge yourself in a way, and to experience higher realms of reality that come just from just being alive and not having to. So like, something that might be easy for me, like, is to like spend €1 on an ice cream, and then like I feel good for like an hour or two, and then it goes away. But something that might be more difficult is like to exercise every day or something, or to like work on a project every single day for like an hour, and to totally commit my mental resources to it. Like that's kind of a higher paradigm kind of thing, and that also makes me feel good. But it's more, you get a sense of self-efficiency from it. And so Well, I wanted to talk about motivation on these topics, and I'll just give this guy a break.
Şu mermer gibi yer de çok güzel. Aynen.
Alright guys, so now I want to talk about motivation and how motivation is achieved in different realms. And I want to start by asking you, have you ever had an experience in your life, or maybe even knew someone who, for yourself, like you had an experience where you thought you wouldn't live for a long time, or maybe someone broke up with you and your world seemed to be over, like you're in a very dark place, tremendous pain. Eckhart Tolle talks about this, and he says that one of the only ways that humans can really achieve an understanding of a higher realm of life or a higher consciousness is through tremendous pain. And I've actually been in this. I've been in, when I was swimming, I made some risky sexual decisions, and I thought I had AIDS, and or HIV, and this plagued me for about 3 or 4 months. I was very, very stressed out. I thought my life was going to end before I was 30, and all of a sudden I started living for every moment, you know, and that's what kind of, because I did that, the life was very painful, but at the same time it was very, because I was so focused in the moment, and because thinking about the future just made me feel pain. Just thinking in general made me feel pain in this way. I became conditioned to do this. So I guess that what I took away from that was a sense of that there's a better reality, you know, going through this. Alright, so what I meant to say here is that I just had this experience of tremendous pain where any thinking made me feel pain. So I decided that for as long as I was stressed about this, you know, about this disease issue, that I was going to just live in the moment and live by my intuition and decide that I needed to be happy, and that was the best thing to be. And so I grew out of that, and I came out of that with kind of an understanding of that, you know, a higher sense of being is possible, you know. And so back then I was very like motivated, kind of like there was like a fire under my ass, like the stress was so constant, it was such a problem for me that I was always just like, I was completely living in the moment. And so that was a very emotional kind of roller coaster that I went on, you know. And so I came out of that, and I had more inquisitiveness about it, about, well, how did that happen to me, you know, like how can I get back to that? And so I started experimenting with things like caffeine, which is, you know, it can take you to that place, drugs can take you to that place. And so, and I also experimented with amino acids, you know, I still use amino acids, and just trying to improve my ability to focus and to be in the moment. I mean, since then, everything has kind of really paled in comparison for me, because life is easy now. There's no fire under my ass. There's nothing that's telling me that I might die, you know, or I mean, could you just imagine if you had cancer and they told you you're going to live for 3 months, how you would live, you know? It's hard to imagine because we're used to being comfortable, but so, and this is why I kind of have trouble relating to people, is because for me, like, now that I'm comfortable, like, I don't really know the best way to go back to that place. So, but one of the things that really brought me back was meditation, and but in a completely different sense. Because in meditation, it's like just accepting yourself, and the repeated focus on the breath brings me enough into the moment that over time of lots of practice that I have I can see my mind and as it works and see the impulses come through. Please, welcome. And so yeah, I can see my thoughts as they're happening, and I can evaluate them, and evaluate my decisions, my habitual patterns, and slowly over time, as using this, I'm very at peace. But at the same time, like I have an idea of where I need to go to um, be present to the moment and to enjoy my life. And so um, I hope that kind of makes sense. Like just like difference between like thinking you're going to die and then just like being relaxed and being able to see yourself and being able to make the necessary corrections because just to be at peace. I guess it's a difference between like being afraid and like being at peace and wanting to stay at peace. Back before, I was kind of addicted to stress in a way because it gave me it really got me going. But these days it's like I can be at peace as well, and that's more enjoyable, I think. So. Alright guys, let me close out this video by presenting to you a simple question. And the question I want to ask you is this. If you could choose between living a life that is content, you have all your needs met, sexual, food, shelter, and generally you have friends, you have good relationships. Would you prefer this life, or would you prefer a life full of experience? Full of new experiences and challenges, emotions, up and down, all over the place. Well, I think that a little bit of both is okay. But although I would lean for our age, 20s and 30s, kind of more towards the more risky side, the more full of experience, the more traveling, the more risk-taking type of activities, and present to you that we need both. We need to live a life that is marked by abundance, but also by taking risk and challenging ourselves as well, trying to experience higher planes of reality. You know what I mean? And so, what I'm trying to say here is that to access this, to access a more challenging kind of plane, more full of experience kind of plane, then we have to. I'll present to you challenge and austerity. And so for what I was saying before, like there's like kind of two states where it's like there's a state of like being present to the moment, at peace, and a state of being with stress. You feel like you have to live right now, And so with scarcity, this is more like you have to live right now. Like your needs have to be right now. So like as a human being, like your needs for like food, sex, excretion, shelter, all these things are very imminent and always very imminent. So if you can cut back as someone who would like go on a fast, or someone who does stops jerking off, or someone who what's the other one? Like someone like Lent, like they give up something for so many days, or just simple meditation in general. Like our society is so marked with so many things to do. I compare it to a guy like, if you're just living out on the plains, like as a human being, then like you would have so less distractions. There's so many fewer things to do. But as our society grows more and more complex, more and more people are trying to find business opportunities to present advertisements and media, and all this stuff is coming at us, and it makes us constantly want to do more and more. It makes us try to fill this void that we have in ourselves. Whereas if we cut back, actually, then we can learn to appreciate things and to appreciate the moment and to enjoy, for example, if you fasted for 7 days, and how nice would like a piece of bread be, or a piece of fruit, like. Whereas now it's just like, it's just fodder for the machine, that you have to become someone, or it's not allowing you to live in the moment, basically. Do you understand? But on the other side of that, there's challenge, and challenge is also very interesting because it allows you to enter a higher state but you had to have some kind of leverage to make yourself get there. So like you can have your basic needs met, and so like the challenge is more like if you have your basic needs met and you want to experience that higher state of reality, then you just go after what you want. You know, you try to push what you thought was possible. And so this is also you know, like in the realm of like taking risks and stuff. Like you're going to be entering into an area that is unknown, or you know, you're going to be pushing your limits in a way, and this is a great way to experience the state of higher consciousness as well. At the same time, though, I think it's worthwhile to have basic needs met. You know, and I think it's worthwhile for you to spend your time, you know, having some time each day for yourself, and then also being able to take risks as well, basically, and being able to live a life that is both full and satisfying. If you see what I mean. So, I guess that's it from me today, guys, and appreciate your time. And yeah, I'll make a video in Granada, or in Barcelona rather, but otherwise, take care.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
the video's on.